Hello, welcome to a live with me. It's great to see you guys here. I see a few of you have already joined on. Anyhow, I've been doing these lives, I don't know for how long now, quite a while. And sometimes they're meditations, sometimes they're Vagrein transmissions. Today, and I don't know who or what or whatever, I was informed that this has a theme. So today's theme is disappointment. So I like the word disappointment because it talks about appointing our sovereignty outside or appointing our sovereignty inside, right? But what disappointment is that energy of I wanted something and I didn't get it. And it's funny how we naturally want so much as children, right? We want the lollipop and we want the candy and we want the toy train and we want the love from the family and we want. And we ask for it. We ask for it all the time. Children are extremely demanding. Ask any parent. And what do parents teach their children really early on, right? They have a grasp on what they perceive of as reality, and they teach their children to avoid disappointment. So we've all been taught that, right? We've all been taught to not hope too much that we're going to win the spelling bee, not hope too much that we're going to get the thing. We're going to be the one that's chosen. We're going to whatever, because often we're not, right? We're not necessarily going to win the spelling bee in a room full of, 30 kids. Maybe there's someone who spells better than you, right? Or maybe, the prize goes to someone else. Okay. But what we fear more than not winning is that sensation of disappointment. And what that tends to do is it tends to teach us not to want. Even in some spiritual practices, spiritual teachings, they tell you that, desire is the cause of all suffering. And it can be, indeed. It can absolutely be the cause of suffering. Because if you don't understand desire and you think that desire means that you're going to get what you want, then of course that's going to cause suffering, because you don't always, again, back to life. You don't get what you want, you get what you need, right? It's like the Rolling Stones. So what happens with disappointment? How is disappointment ruining your lives? I mean, it's a pretty big statement in this video. So your fear of disappointment is ruining your life, not disappointment itself. Disappointment itself is just a feeling. It's just a feeling state. And it doesn't feel great, right? But it has a lot of wisdom, like every feeling state, okay? The reason why disappointment feels so bad is because you held a belief that you needed a certain outcome in order to be happy. So let's talk about goals or dreams. If you are, say, wanting a promotion at work, let's say you're struggling really hard to get a promotion at work with other people, you're in a competition, and you really allow yourself to imagine getting that promotion, and you feel the emotion of getting that promotion, and you're so excited about it, and you're working so hard, and you're doing your best, and the promotion is given to someone else. The reason why you feel bad when that occurs is not because the promotion was given to someone else. It's because you allowed yourself to feel the feeling state of what you believed was conditional upon the promotion in the first place. So since you were able to feel the emotion before knowing whether or not you got the promotion, that should, in theory, let you know that you're able to generate that feeling state in yourself. You didn't have the promotion when you felt great about maybe getting it, right? And then when you didn't get it, that feeling state seemed to have gone away. But if you could generate it without the promotion before you didn't get the promotion, then the disconnect about this question of disappointment, and this is literally what that word means, is because you believe that the emotion that you generated in yourself is based upon something external. So you've literally disappointed your happiness from yourself. You've taken away the appointment of your state of being from yourself. So why am I counseling towards disappointment? Okay. Why would I tell you about all this? So the reason why I'm telling you about this is because I've been working as a coach for a long time. And at some point or other in conversations with people that I coach over like an extended period or even 6 weeks, we come to the question of what they really desire, what they want, what they're wanting in their life, what they're wanting to create for themselves. And whenever we get to that point in the conversation, what I've noticed is that people don't allow themselves to want what they really want. And you think, well, that's crazy, right? Why want like compromises? A lot of people are like, yeah, I really want to be an artist, but I know that that doesn't pay the bills. So I'm going to not even think about that. And I'm going to study graphic design and go work at a corporation. Okay. That compromise is not actually because they don't think artists can pay the bills, because there are artists that make a lot of money. They just exist, right? Those people are no different than someone else. Okay. So the people who make money doing what they love are no different than anybody else. So, your logical mind knows that somebody is making money off being an artist. However, you are uncomfortable with the idea of allowing yourself even to imagine that that could be the case for yourself. You're uncomfortable with feeling how good that could feel because there's a fear that that might not come true. So we talk about the law of attraction and how, your vibrational frequency is really important for what manifests in your life. But what I've noticed is that majority of people, if they could access this vibrational frequency, will tend to access this one instead. Because between here, keep my hand on the screen, between here and the disappointment, right, there's a big gap. Okay. So that fall feels really strong. Okay. So like the person studies for an artistic grant, let's say, and they don't get it. And boom, they're right back down over here. And that is a big contrast, right? Because they raised their vibration so high up. And then the circumstance that they believed was necessary doesn't occur. And so they crash right back down to that level of appointment of emotion externally. So they think that all of this is lost. Okay. But instead, if you get yourself into a state where you are allowing yourself to dream this high all the time, and every time there's a disappointment or something doesn't occur the way you think it's going to occur or that you would like it to occur, you continue to work on your vibrational frequency anyway, being up here instead of having those crashes, then you're working on one of these fundamental and baseline belief systems. The baseline belief that you can maintain vibrational frequency regardless of circumstance, right, means that you never get disappointed. So as usual, now I'll talk about something in my field, because why not? And also because, I try to teach from my experience. So I've got all these events coming up. I've got this London event next week, and then I've got a Toronto event I just announced, and I've got an event I'm trying to create on the heels of the Gaia Channeling Conference in Colorado on the 19th of October, which you guys can grab discounted tickets for with the coupon code Vagrein on the Gaia website, which I'll put the link in this video. Anyway, these events, these events are something I've never done before. So I've never done these like one-day events, and I've never really been in the space of organizing them. I did the retreat, which was awesome, but I had 8 months, was it 8 months? 8 months to plan and organize for the retreat and to sell the spots for it and to get the correct people to come to the retreat, etc. But these events are a challenge because even though they're quite intimate and there's only going to be, for example, 33 people at the London event, and there's only going to be a limited amount of people also at the Toronto event, I am in a position now where I've committed to the venues and I'm trying to fill seats, right? Like it would be good to be able to fill these seats for these events, right? Because I know the value of the Vagrein channeling, but obviously a lot of moving parts are related to this to these events. So people have to be local or relatively local or be willing to travel to come to the events, right? So like for example, the London event, I don't have all the spots full yet and it's a week away. Now, if I believed now in disappointment, I would be tapering my emotional states to something along here, okay? Because evidence, or what I can imagine to be evidence, I'm not sure if it is evidence, is telling me that there's a good likelihood I won't fill all 33 seats, okay? I filled a third right now, and that feels great to me already, but my experience is telling me that there are still these spots to fill and maybe there are not any more fans in London and blah 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 blah, right? So my subconscious mind is going, be careful, right? Like don't get excited about this being a success. You're a week out and it's already like not awesome or whatever, right? But that's not true. Okay. Now I have a choice. Now I can believe that. I can go into that story and I can say, okay, it's better to not get too excited about this event. It's better to emotionally now cut my losses and just accept that it's what it is, right? And that not as many people as I wanted to come are going to come. Except that would deprive me of my excitement, which is up here. Okay. So it could be up here. I could be like, holy cow, this is awesome. I'm so excited about the people who are coming, first of all, which I am. I'm thrilled that it's going to be a smaller group so that I can devote more of my attention to people. I'm thrilled because I know that the right exact people are called into the frame and they're going to come and it's going to be perfect. And everything's going to go perfectly well. And probably there's going to be last minute people joining in the next couple days and blah, 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 right? Now, if I do that and I decide, and it's a decision, it really is a decision, to not be disappointed by outcome, if I decide to, and probably because like as of right now, yes, it's a little bit further on, less people signed up for that right now. I know you guys are going to sign up soon. When and if things don't play out the way I'm hoping that they will, which is I hope it's a sold out experience, it won't matter. Because between now and next week, I'm deciding to stay up here. And I'm also deciding that this staying up here for a week doesn't get impacted by any disappointment I'll have or any feeling that things should have been different than what they are. Because I know 100% nothing should have ever been different than anything it is. Okay. So if, for example, I don't sell all the tickets, there won't be any disappointment. Because disappointment is literally you believing that your emotional state is based upon circumstance or situation. Okay. So let's work on another example. Disappointed in a friend, right? Somebody misses your birthday. They don't call you on your birthday. This isn't directed at any of you, by the way. I don't care about birthdays, but somebody doesn't call you on your birthday and you decide to feel bad about that. And you decide to feel disappointed in your sovereignty to feel good by the actions of another person. You feel let down. It's literally you feeling let down. But it's your choice to allow things to let you down. So why are you doing that, right? Now, let's say you haven't mastered this yet. It's fine. What is more of a problem isn't even the disappointment if it occurs, because disappointment, if it does occur, and I'm not saying you have to master that in like one YouTube video. If it does occur, it's just a feeling. It's just a feeling state. And what do we do with feelings? We just feel them, right? So, mom and dad, when they said, don't get your hopes up, they were doing their best because they didn't like to see you sad. No one likes to see you sad. You don't like to see you sad. But you're not in danger if you're sad. You're not broken if you're sad. You're not going to be at the end of your story if you're sad. If you're disappointed, you will feel it and you will get over it. And that's all. That's all. You'll go through it. You'll feel the emotion and go through it. So back to my clients. The reason why disappointment ruins your life is because you never get to up here. Your fear of feeling that crash keeps you around here, okay? So yeah, you're bouncing off disappointments left, right, and center, but you're also never feeling this. And if you're never feeling this, right, you're not even creating events that nobody's buying tickets to. You're not even making a video. You're not even trying to live your dream because you can't. You cannot create to your full capacity unless you're up here, unless you're willing to feel that. Unless you're willing to feel bad, you're not able to feel good. Unless you're willing to take that risk. And what I see with lots of people who can't understand what's going on with their life and why they're not making any progress, it's because they think it's like this. They think they have to feel a little bit better at a time. And that this has to confirm it. And it's almost like this has to push you up. It doesn't work like that way. This always stays here. Not getting what you want always feels shit. Okay? But if you allow yourself for as much as possible to be up here, knowing you can take these hits, eventually it becomes a trampoline. Okay? So disappointment or the fear of it, disappointment won't ruin your life. Disappointment is absolutely valid. It just tells you what you can do better next time. Okay? That is fine. Feelings are correct. Feelings are necessary. Okay? But a fear of disappointment will limit you like no other fear that you're holding on to. Because a fear of being seen isn't going to limit you like the fear of disappointment. In fact, it's probably underneath a fear of being seen or not being seen. A fear of failure is not going to limit you like a fear of disappointment. Because if you don't try, you can't fail. And really, what is failure? Failure is you wanting something and not getting it. So, my loves, you have to dream big. You have to dream bigger. Okay. And I spoke about this I put a community post on YouTube yesterday about the Taylor Swift concert, right? And I was like thinking about, celebrities, whether they be pop stars or, amazing scientists or whatever it is in their own fields, especially people who have broken the mold of their particular field. And I was thinking, like, what is required? I was at the concert and like my daughter was like, what's wrong with your face? She kept looking over at me and I was like deep in pondering. I'm like in meditation, like during the concert. She's singing, she was having a great time. I don't know all the words. I'm like looking at the stage, I'm going like, I wonder what characteristics and skills, and I mean, aside from being a singer, a dancer, amazing performer, etc., what like characteristics does a human being have to have, and what level of courage, what level of confidence, what level of gumption does someone have to get to like a high level of their craft or of their skill or whatever it is? And it occurred to me that you have to be willing to feel your feelings. You have to be willing to feel bad. That's it. That's it. You have to be willing to take the risk of feeling bad. Okay. And you have to be comfortable with feeling bad. Like it has to be okay for you to feel bad, right? Because for every time that like someone like Taylor Swift is getting on stage, right, there's always that risk of making a mistake. There's always that risk of falling over. There's always that risk of, I don't know, it even raining in the stadium. There's always the risk of something going wrong. There's always the risk and like people don't start from the stadium show. She started out like as a country singer and you go and you take the risk. You keep taking that risk. And the risk is, can I allow myself to feel this good and feel this contrast? And what can I do about it if I feel it? Am I going to stay down here? Am I going to say it's everyone else's fault? It's the people who didn't come to the event's fault that I'm not, going to continue making events? Or is it the producer did the wrong thing, or whatever it is, right? Or are you going to go, okay, I'm going to turn this into a trampoline. I'm going to just read the comments quickly. Sandra says it's 4 a.m. in Mexico. Good morning or good night to Sandra. Hi, Ale. Hi, Jose. Hi, Jason. Tawanda. Hello. Hi. Thanks for being the best. Oh, okay. Thank you for being the best. And yes, have an amazing week. Yes, have an amazing week. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. And you're going through a major transition from a career that has made my heart sing all my life. I'm not sure what is next for me. Please give you some insight. Look, this is exactly it. So what's next for you? What is next for you? What is the next thing that feels like this to you? And are you willing to feel it? Are you willing to feel good? That's the other half of the equation. Are you willing to feel good? So next time you're afraid of disappointment, stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ruin your now because you're afraid of some future where things don't work out exactly as you think they're supposed to. Okay? Don't do that. Mom and dad were wrong. Get your hopes up. Get everything up. Get everything up. Because you can handle the fall. You can handle the thing not working out the way you thought it would. You can handle it. But living in this vibrational frequency, and it's funny because I can't actually see my face because I've got this like screen thing in front of me, but so I can only see my hand above or below. Okay. But you can handle being in a high frequency. I know this because I can handle being in a high frequency. And I know this because I can handle falling off that frequency often. And deciding to get back on the frequency horse, right? Let's get on the frequency horse. Let's be up here. Let's fall off the horse. Fall off the horse with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fall off our horses. Okay? And let's really ride into the sunset. Okay? Get back up and ride back into the sunset. Okay? Right. So I'm not going to channel today. Sorry about the disappointment. And I'm not going to give you a meditation today because today this is a gem of wisdom. This is allow yourself to be disappointed. Allow yourself to not be afraid of being disappointed. Allow yourself to not get what you want, but want it. Okay? It's not the cause of suffering if you don't let it be. Don't suffer for not getting what you want. Simple. Okay? Feel the feeling and move on. Want the next thing. Because if you can create the desire or the feeling in you of, oh my God, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome when I feel that stadium. It's going to be so awesome when I am able to impact all those people. It's going to be so awesome when I get that promotion. It's going to be so awesome when that person proposes to me. It's going to be so, whatever it is, if you can feel that, it's yours. It's already yours, no matter what the circumstance does after that. Doesn't matter. It's yours. So you created that feeling. It belongs to you. It is not dependent on circumstance. And we're moving into an unconditional existence. Unconditionally frequency. Controlling your frequency unconditionally. Deciding. Okay. So come to the London event. Come to the London event next week in London. It's in Angel Islington, where I used to live for several years when I lived in London. And we're going to get together early in the morning, well, early-ish at 10 a.m. We're going to be doing channeling straight through to the afternoon with a little pause for lunch where we can all be social. And then we're going to go down to the pub. And it's just going to be an awesome day. So grab your tickets for that if you're in the London or UK or European areas of the world, or even if you want to fly in from North America, why the hell not? And you can get those at www.jpherman.com. Now, /events. Sorry about that. And then I've got the Toronto event coming up too. So if you're North America and you don't want to fly all the way to London, okay, fine. Come to Toronto. Toronto's awesome. I hear that it's beautiful at this time of year. There's no snow. And you get to hang out with Canadians. What more could you want? So that is also at www.jpherman.com /events. And the Colorado event is going to be epic as well. So look, lots of events coming up. Also, I do have a new podcast episode coming out on Friday, so stay tuned for that. It's my first near-death experiencer episode. You are going to love it. It's Ray Catania. I would really encourage you to watch that at some point this week. I think it's Friday or Saturday. So do enjoy that podcast episode. And I am in the process of editing up some new videos for you. And I'm not sure if I'll get them to now or later, but eventually. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a lot of fun. And I hope to see you absolutely again soon. Let yourself dream the biggest dream that you have. Okay. I promise you, I'm supporting your dream. I want you to get what you want. The universe wants you to get what you want. And sometimes it does involve a little bit of that, learning how the trampoline works. Have an amazing day, guys. Ciao. Okay, I can't end this stream. Ciao.